Galarian Weezing has actually been on quite a rise in Gen 9 OU lately. It hit a 5.38% usage rate in SPL, one of Smogon's biggest tournaments, outperforming even established OU Pokémon like Iron Crown, Primarina and Glimmora, and is currently ranked A tier in the viability rankings. It has been climbing on the ladder too in usage, and if this trend continues, it will actually rise to OU in the next tier shift. So what makes this seemingly mid RU tiered Pokémon suddenly so popular in Gen 9 OU? Let's take a deeper look. Galarian Weezing has shaken up the OU tier and carved out a unique, valuable niche thanks to its standout traits. It's a strong physical wall with great base defense and an unusual poison and fairy typing, letting it check big threats like Zamazenta, Iron Valiant and low kicks. Its signature ability, neutralizing gas, is a real game changer. While Weezing is on the field, all other abilities are disabled. This disrupts a lot of common themes. For example, it is the only Pokemon that can use Defog in front of Goldenko, ignoring Gouda's Gold. That alone gives it a rare and useful niche, but there is more this ability can do. Neutralizing gas also shuts down regenerated cores with Pokemon like Alomomola, Galarian Snoking and Tornadus Therian. If these Pokemon try to pivot out while Weezing is on the field, they will not regain HP, so any chip on those Pokemon will stick. It can also pressure Gliscor, which can usually shrug off most threats while setting up spikes in front of them. But with neutralizing gas active, Gliscor will actually take toxic damage instead of getting healed by it. And if it has been on the field for a while, switching in Weezing can force to take heavy damage from the toxic buildup. While Weezing does not like taking an Earthquake, you can pair it with a flying type like Corviknight to pivot it in safely. Neutralizing gas also prevents booster energy from activating and allows Weezing to land status moves on targets like Garganacl, which normally blocks status moves with its ability Purifying Salt. Weezing also has access to the ability Levitate, which flips its ground weakness into an immunity. Both abilities are strong in their own way, and choosing between them comes down to what your team needs and personal preference. Outside of Defog, Weezing brings plenty of other utility to the table. It gets access to Will-O-Wisp and Toxic to cripple switch-ins, and it can also run Toxic Spikes if you wanted to. And it has Pain Split, which can help it stay healthy throughout the match. For its last move slot, it will usually run an attacking move, most commonly its signature move, Strange Steam. It's a special fairy type move with 90 base power and a 20% chance to confuse the target. Its only drawback is the 95% accuracy, but it's still a very reliable move and can hit ground types like Great Tusk and Ting-Lu if they switch in, as well as threats like Darkrai and Zamazenta. Another option is Sludge Bomb, which deals more immediate damage to Pokemon like Ogrespawn and Wellspring, and Fairy resists like Cinderace and Moltres, and it also threatens a poison on them. Weezing is usually seen holding the item Heavy Duty Boots, so it avoids taking hazard damage while trying to clear them off the field. Leftovers or Rocky Helmet can also work if your team has another way to remove hazards. Common Terra types you will often see Weezing using are Terra Flying to cover ground attacks, Terra Grass to handle Ogerpon Wellspring better and also reduce the damage of ground type attacks, or Terra Ghost to completely wall Zamazenta, and Ursaluna if Weezing is running Levitate. Weezing is most commonly used on balanced and stall teams as it is a more passively bulky Pokemon, where its role is mostly as a defensive hazard remover, which is especially valuable on those teams, as these teams often struggle with hazards, particularly when they rely on Pokemon that do not run heavy duty boots. So Weezing's utility makes it a very nice addition for those teams. However, Weezing is not without its weaknesses. If it's not running Levitate, it is forced out by ground types. This is a big problem in the metagame with many ground types available, and a lot of them also set hazards. As a result, Weezing cannot always clear hazards reliably when facing those Pokemon. Its lack of reliable recovery also holds it back. Pain Split can help in some situations and it's definitely better than nothing, but it's not enough to keep Weezing healthy throughout longer games. Stats wise, Weezing's high defense stands out, but its overall stats are quite poor. This becomes a problem against special attackers, which can easily deal heavy damage against it. Even some physical attackers that it does not resist can break through this Pokemon with repeated hits, so it often needs support from another physical wall to avoid being overwhelmed. Overall, I really like the unique traits Galarian Weezing brings to the table, and I'm a big fan of using this Pokemon to disrupt teams that heavily rely on specific abilities to function. It's easy to see why Weezing is ranked so high in the tier, even if its weaknesses keep it from being A+ or even S tier. Still though, I definitely recommend giving this Pokemon a try, as it offers a lot of value and can catch opponents off guard. And there you have it. This is why Galarian Weezing has risen up quite a bit in Gen 9 OU. Let me know in the comments if you think the Weezing Galar will make it into the Gen 9 OU tier in the next shift. And if you made it this far, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you are new. If you want to support the channel even more, you can become a member for as little as $1 and you will see your name on the end screen. Thanks for watching and see you next time.